Hey folks, welcome to the channel. And Spectrum, as expected, on fire over the death tax plan for 4.1. As always, guys, if you're entertained here, do subscribe. Let me know what you folks think in the comments below. Do you agree with this? Do you think it's insane? Well, I think this will be yet again accelerating the collapse of this entire thing. It is just too much. They are just too fucking greedy. They just don't tolerate the idea of you making money in game, you buying things in game. They just become desperate for money, and this is just too much. It's already the case that I think we're losing a lot of the player base. I have a hard time finding the energy to play, and I didn't have that problem before. It is just that boring, that bad. The flight model with master modes, the lack of any new content, the terrible special missions and events that they come up with are just boring and lacking, and the amount of bugs that you have all the time. Well, add to that the insult of CIG implementing a death tax of 5% each time you die. Who the fuck is going to play this thing? It's going to be a lot less people, I'll tell you that. A death tax is the line for me, says the Rig. Hearing about a flat 5% tax in the PTU. Any death tax is effectively game over for me. I'm not headed to the refund subreddit, but I'll definitely be uninstalling. There's better ways to penalize death and sink money from in-game economy than charging me a fee to respawn. It's insane. It's insane. Heard it from Evocati, yeah. And then you have people like the Harry Greers. What a fucking bitch this man has to be. Your account is from 2012, so you should have heard that such penalties for dying were the plan even back then. I was astonished that printing a new body was free all this time, and mentioning a refund for something that has been talked about for 13 years, please. Oh no, Harry. Imagine if every single time your anus needs to be rebuilt, every time it gets molded to pieces, and yeah, basically your ass becomes grinded meat. Imagine if every time you have your butt sorted out, you wouldn't expect that to be free. I mean, and with all of your anus rebuilding experience, you must be an expert at this point. How much is it that it costs having your butthole rearranged? Fucking people. These guys. What kind of a fucking bitch do you have to be? Do you have any idea, Harry Greers? Do you have any idea the amount of bullshit we've heard over these years? You don't even 2012. Do you want to list the amount of things that were said, promised, never delivered? The entire game should have been delivered by now. I mean, by now, no, it should have been delivered like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. 2015 was supposed to be when you had the game fully released. And you're now nitpicking, and because someone said at some point there would be a penalty. So yeah, I mean, fucking disgusting. These people make me sick. Profile watchers really are a different breed, aren't they? You really took the time to look at his enlistment day to find means of undermining his concerns. 5% death tax is nothing to sneeze at. And if it worries him, he has every right to make a post about it. Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit, with that elitist, you should know better bullshit. Yeah, I clicked the name. It says in those here. It took me about 5 seconds. I likely took you longer to type that sentence attacking me. No, dude. No one is attacking you. We're just saying that you're a fucking piece of shit. Disgusting example of the worst that you find in this community. These bitches, these dick suckers, complete cowards that will justify anything and everything that CIG does, no matter how disgusting, no matter how greedy and sick it is, and how even damaging to the game itself it ends up being. At this point, you have to wonder, do they want to go bankrupt on purpose just to just liquidate everything and just go on with their lives and do something else? Because at this point, it is just too much. It is ridiculous. With a broken game, someone mentioned it here, Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous is a game that actually works, man. Are you insane? You're comparing this to a game that you're constantly claiming your ships, and you have a psychopath in charge of a company that wants to punish you for reclaiming a ship when that's the only way you can get it back out of 90%, 80% chances from something that is beyond your control, something that is their responsibility. And this is the exact same thing. It is their responsibility that you die all the time. Besides, isn't this supposed to be a game? Isn't it supposed to be fun? With a buggy, broken mess in which you constantly need to backspace, constantly need to reclaim ships, that's the only thing they focus on punishing you for? It is sick. I honestly don't see the point. I don't see the point now in playing. If I add to this, having to lose everything each time you die, easily. At times you may die 2, 3, 4, 5 times. If you have a bunch of murder hobos floating around in a place where you happen to be, it easily could be a number of times. It is insane that we're even having this conversation. But there it is, guys. See you next time, folks. Take care.